Yo, what's up guys? We all know Kaki. Kaki does have a passive where he can't crit, but his multipliers are insanely high, and for that reason it overcomes where he can't crit, and he gets a little bit of extras from the passive as well. But the main thing is he can't crit, and therefore his multipliers are super high. For some reason, however, still we cannot see the multipliers in game, so we have to look that up somewhere else. Come to us, why is that not in game yet? A website like Swar Farm, you can simply look up the Kaki and then check the multipliers of the Kaki. Let me see if I'm not sitting in front of it. Nope. We got a 12.5. Let me compare that to, for example, a Grogan. Well, Grogan has something else in the skill 3 going on for him. Grogan is only a 5.2. Well, it does have the 150 crit damage in there, so I couldn't really think of a straight comparison. This one has extra attack for like when you... Yeah, it also has some extra. Fire Triss, 5.6. Like, you kind of get the idea. These numbers are not that high compared to a 12.5 on the Kaki. Actually curious, would this actually be stronger on the Onyuki's 12.5 on an attack base of 812? Onyuki, of course, don't have the units. It would be higher, yes, because it's a 6.2 times 2, and then the base attack is a lot higher. So this whole test, if you do it on Onyuki, it will be a lot stronger. But... however, what if the passive was not there and we can abuse that 12.5 multiplier fully on with a crit? Well, that is possible if you get this unit of Oblivion. And there's one other way that I will also showcase that you can also remove that passive. So let's see how much damage a Kaki can do without its passive, where he can actually crit. Is it too much of a realistic scenario? Probably not really. You can't really force this too much in an actual fight, I think. Might be a few ways. But let me show you. So first of all, we're gonna need a Oblivion unit. And besides that, I also do want to add in branding because it just does more damage. It's more funny, right? And to get the branding in, I will use, of course, Shizuka to get that branding back at him. Then we're also gonna add in the Debra because the Debra is just simply, well, that's what we have been seeing in the last few videos. Adding in a lot of that damage. We're gonna add in the Adriana for an attack buff and also a attack lead. And then of course the showcase of this whole team, which is going to be that Kaki. So right now I've got to do some reruning to mess up all of these units to make a proper setup where you don't kill you. You would have to focus that, it might focus that thing, so it might take a few tries. So once again, I ruined a ungodly amount of resources to just get this whole team running because I also had to rerun you to a nonsense set, you to a nonsense set, you to triple fight. Oh, wait, you're missing one fight rune. Good that I double checked it. You to triple fight, and you to triple fight, all in the right speed tuning to hopefully get a good hit off with a 77. I didn't really want to max this out because then the crit damage would be lower. But a 77, 294. We got some damage on fire just to make it extra funny, and then some attack increasing kind of stuff. Do you actually have damage reduction fire? Oh, you do, so let's remove that as well. And let's hope that this all goes well. We do have resistance lead on the enemy side. Maybe I should go for extra accuracy or switch up the defense where I don't have resistance lead. But let's see how it goes. Do I have the Oblivion? Wait, why the fuck would you switch on that if there's just the branding? It's not that much damage, bro. What the hell? Let's see if that happens all the time. Okay, got the Oblivion. Yeah, you would definitely target it. Okay, I gotta make you to hit like a wet noodle as well. Okay, let's go for the retry. This will definitely take a few tries to get there in the first place. Okay, we got everything we want. Don't we? No, wait, we don't have the branding. Retry. We did get the Oblivion, but we want the branding on the Shizuka. Okay, got that. And you landed on the wrong one. That's exactly the one I don't want the Oblivion on. Okay, we're one step further. For how long that took already, you gotta subscribe to the channel and like this video. Okay, we do land both. That's good, that's good. Okay, we might miss crit still, but let's hope we don't. Okay, we don't crit, or we do crits. Let's see how much damage. This Kaki is hitting 325k? Holy shit. Okay, I did not expect that. So yeah, can Kaki do an insane amount of damage that way? Yes, you can. Let's see if we can get that one more try just for the sake of it. Nope. Oh my god, I want to get one frame without pausing it. That was just the most ungodly like amount of damage that I've ever seen in a single hit. That is really insane. Well, it is added with the Deborah and the branding and the Oblivion and everything. So is it very likely to have this running in a normal match? No, we're gonna try it without those in just a second as well. But holy shit, that is a lot of damage. Oh, we didn't get armor break this time. Yeah, that's... wow. We didn't get armor break on the Thessarian, but wow, that is a lot and a lot of damage. Okay, in this case, let's just simply put a armor break, no Oblivion, and then just an attack buff, and then see how much we do without a Deborah as well. It's just back to basics, maybe even without... now we can still go for some kinds of shield or fight runes. I know that this one is just... this one is... okay, let's just say more minimalistic style of damage. Let's see how far we get this way without the branding, without the Deborah, without too much crazy shit going on. We have that thing moving apparently. This thing, that's totally fine if that moves early. Oh wait, that's wrong element, of course. I can make that myself a little bit easier by adding in one that's water, but I don't know if I have a water one that's 555, but if I don't, it's also fine. Let's just get the idea of 555 out of there as well. More of a realistic match. If you get this in Siege, where you might get like a setup where a Thessarian would death break or well, Oblivion a unit like that. So let's just see. Speed buff in this case was also not needed, but let's just see how much damage would you do just playing like this. Does crit on the left side. Still 160k damage. Wow, that is a lot and a lot of... that's going to one-shot pretty much everything in this game. Big issue, however. How the hell are you gonna get Oblivion on the Kaki with crit damage without it like just straight up dying in a match? So the only things that you could fight that way... oh, this is my normal defense. The only thing that you could fight, for example, is a Thessarian next to like a Byunjo and a other unit that doesn't necessarily armor break anything else. With that, you could, for example, get that, yeah, like it, but thing is, I've seen some defenses that look something mainly in Siege, not in normal defense, of course, but I have seen defenses that look something along these lines. Against this, you could maybe try to get it. However, if this thing armor breaks and that thing hits after, your Kaki is most likely dead, because the Kaki in the end is a pretty squishy unit. If that thing armor breaks and then that thing moves, you're dead or stunned or both. So yeah, it's really not that easy. You do see some teams which also don't make it too easy, but I think it's a little bit more applicable is where you could see a team with this and then add it in with an Odin and add it in with a Carcano. So if you see a team like this, you could maybe get away with it that this thing at some point would do that skill on the Kaki, but in the end, still very dangerous, not really recommended. But yeah, the Kaki does do quite a bit of damage, and this set is also pretty decent, I would say. It's not maxing out the crit rate, but even if we would max out the crit rate and just go from the Oblivion attack buff defense break, it will still one-shot pretty much everything out there. I'm pretty certain about it that it would one-shot everything. And just for the sake of trying, let's see if we do one-shot that very tanky Nigong that I've been hitting before. So in this case, we do have that Nigong that I've been hitting a few times before. Good old 65k plus Nigong. Kaki still the same way. We're not going to do all of the other scenarios with all of the other nonsense kind of stuff. We might get some issues where Nigong would move in front and go for some skills, but let's just see what the Nigong does. Like we don't care. Okay, skill 2, perfect on that one, perfect. Yep, all perfect. Best scenario ever. Let's see, on that Nigong. It's not super high on defense, but it's a very dead Nigong. Okay, we did miss the critter over there. And then you can see the normal damage which you would do without the crit in the first place. So that's kind of the thing in there. But yeah, if you would max out the crit rate, which I definitely do think it's very easily doable, you would still hit like upwards of 100k and one-shot everything. The only thing is, How are you going to get that Oblivion on your own unit? That's going to be a little bit difficult. But I did mention there's one other way where you can actually get that Oblivion. Might you ask, what is that way? Well, a Shizuka skill 2, but also a Seimei skill 2 does do the revive kind of thing without a passive. So if you're, and also at full HP, so there's a few interactions with that. Molong would still go for its full skill on like full HP. Few other units, for example, a Torrent doesn't work. So there's, don't kill this. Pretty close. So if we do the revive over here right now, we will get the unit back without the passive. And without the passive means that you still do a good amount of damage. It's definitely quite a bit less. Oh, we don't have attack buff, of course. So yeah, it's still 84k without attack buff. Yeah, that's the thing. You don't have attack buff that way, but it is a way that you could revive it and then instantly go for the kill. And once again, we still cleared like a super tanky Nigong. Would you say that if you max out the crit rate and don't have the attack buff, well, you definitely would go for a little bit different artifacts, because I currently have attack increasing artifacts. So a little bit min-maxing there. It is a possibility, but is it really recommended? No, I don't really think so. There are options for it there, though, that if you would go Shizuka plus a tanky unit and then a Kaki as for like the clear as like the third unit in the field, it is an option out there. Is it really recommended? No, once again, it's not really recommended, but it could be pretty funny. I could see siege offenses with a Shizuka revive into a Kaki kind of work more than trying to get Oblivion on the Kaki. Or you might go for a Shizuka style where Shizuka can also throw the Oblivion and armor break back at the Thessarion. Let's say you go for Camilla, let's say Camilla, Shizuka, and a Kaki against a team that has like a Byunchul. It's kind of dangerous. Well, that same team that we saw before. It could be a possibility where you could make that work. Is it dangerous though? Yes, it is pretty freaking dangerous. Would not really recommend it. But we're gonna try it. I can't really do it in Siege right now because Siege is currently still runing and then I can change the defense, but we can go in Arena and then still do the kind of the same thing. I went for a Annabelle instead of a Camilla for the sake that I do need to get armor break from somewhere, right? So for that reason, we do kind of have to get that rolling somewhere. Okay, if it dies right now, that is fine. We can go for an AoE armor break over here. Do get the armor break also on that. Please don't stun. Okay, we can go for skill 2 right now. And with that skill 2, we can go into another skill 2, and then we can do shit ton of damage. We did miss the crit on this one. I would say that it could be better optimized for the damage once again, as I mentioned before. Kinda can work. It kinda can work. Is it really recommended to go this kind of offense? No, don't be like, Sei showed me this on a video, I should use this offense. No, this is absolutely not what I recommend to use. Can it work? Yes, it can. Oh, I could have actually went for another revive. Let's just kill it with another revive. No, don't kill it. Don't kill it. We're gonna kill it with a revive. Revive into the skill 1. Kill it. 2k. But yeah, the idea is kind of there. Is it recommended? Not really. Is it funny? Yes, quite funny. Guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Once again, wasted a whole bunch of mana just for the purpose of making a slight enjoyable video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and see you as always in the next one. Thanks for watching. If you would like to see more guides, join the Discord and check out the content tab, which has the dungeon guide archive and the video guide archive, which contains all of the guides that you need. Hope to see you there.